great Seattle team in 2001.
Yeah, I think the MVP voting came down to 2 Seattle Mariners.
Yeah.
Ichiro beat out Bret Boone.
Yeah. That is just outside 2-0. Yeah, and if you look at the numbers from that year for those two, it's kind of interesting.
If we,
I don't think it was that clear.
If you re-voted just on numbers, I think you'd vote Bret Boone, but
this one out over third and down toward that left field corner. That'll be extra bases for Langford as he cruises to second base with a 2-out double.
Well, this is a good job getting a fastball down and in. Great swing, and Wyatt Langford plays the game like you would hope every player plays it, hard at all times. As soon as he hit that ball, he's taking off out of the box and getting an easy stand-up.
So he's in scoring position for Peterson, who pops one up third base side. Been a frustrating day for him. Young makes the catch out in short left field, and the inning is done. The Rangers leave a man. Bottom of the 6th coming in Detroit. Rangers leading at 5-0.
Well, Nathan Eovaldi, this Mother's Day afternoon, has been pretty darn good on the mound, even though he's fallen behind on hitters.
Another great start by Eovaldi, and these Rangers starting pitchers. I tell you what, if it really is a competition, one man to the next, they just keep setting the bar so high for one another. And Eovaldi pins a strike right on the outside corner to Kerry Carpenter.
I'm sure the event scouts look at the Rangers rotation. It's good all around, but when you see that you get Eovaldi and DeGrom in the same series, their shoulders slump just a little bit.
It's a challenge. We mentioned the Rangers will be heading home afterward to take on the Colorado Rockies. It'll be Tyler Mahle in the opener tomorrow. Well, speaking of guys who have been pitching really well, 2-1 now the count on Carpenter. Mahle a 1.48 ERA this year.
Yeah, right now it's not easy to make the All-Star team, but you have 3 All-Star pitchers in your rotation right now.
Two and two the count. A couple years ago, the Rangers had all those starters on the offensive side, the infield, basically starting for the All-Star team. Rangers had all those starters on the offensive side, the infield, basically starting for the All-Star team. And now 2 years later, maybe it'll be the pitching staff. Swing and a miss, and Carpenter strikes out.
Well, this is where Evaldi's using all his pitches today. Well, the Rangers are headed home after this one to take on the Rockies at Globe Life Field May 12th through the 14th. Scan the QR code for tickets or go to Rangers.com. That's a picture of Adolis. Adolis having a day and coming up to lead off this inning.
Love it. Serendipity. Rangers sitting the heart of the order. Garcia, Semien, and Carter. New pitcher in the game for Detroit, Brennan Hanafy.
Nice numbers on the year in 15 games.
His first pitch in there for a strike. Good fastball. You want to know his nickname?
Go for it.
I think you're going to like it.
Okay.
His nickname is Hands and Feet.
Okay.
Here's a one-strike pitch. And did Garcia go? He did not. 1-1. So Hanafy is his buddies basically. Passed him into left field, and Garcia is aboard, and that'll be an error. Garcia on for a third time today.
Well, when you put the ball in play, things like this can happen, and that one eats up Jace Young at third base, and Rangers get a leadoff guy on. We'll see here, and that ball just stayed down.
Boy,
that one didn't take a good hop on Jace there.
So Simeon now, and he started the scoring today with a 2-run homer in the second inning.
Good hop on Jace there.
So Simeon now, and he started the scoring today with a 2-run homer in the 1 for 3.
You ever find it interesting that if a ball takes a bad hop, it's pretty much still an error, but if you have a pop-up that you're under it for 5 seconds in the infield, but your glove doesn't touch it, it's a base hit?
That is interesting, yeah.
We'll see here. Not a great jump, and then we talked about it earlier. Dingler, given the time, is arguably the best behind the dish at getting rid of the ball with a great arm, and right here gives Torres plenty of time, and looks like he blocks the base there with his foot.
Oh, fly ball out.
At getting rid of the ball with a great arm, and right here gives Torres plenty of time, and looks like he blocks the base there with his foot.
And Evan Carter here. He's 2 for 3.
Here.
Yeah, there you go.
Now, that was a great pitch. That was right on the inside corner, but sometimes you'll see pitches more on the plate, very hittable pitches, and he'll still just watch it. And that wasn't a pitch you want to swing at there unless you're really looking inside on 2-0.
High fly ball center field. That takes Baez way back there, but he makes the catch, and the inning is over. Stretch time. Time for God Bless America here in Detroit, as we'll turn it over to public address announcer Zach Linfield.
I'll be making lemonade.
catch for the first out in the bottom of the 7th.
Not an easy one. You got a long way to go here for Alex Verdugo. He makes a nice play. You're also battling the sun. You know the wall is getting close, and he felt much more comfortable catching it that way. You don't see it too often from an outfielder. It's one thing from the infielders as they're running for those foul balls, but usually you'll see your outfielder trying to get up high to catch it. But an out is an out.
And now on to McCutchen. Got an RBI in the 5th. He's late there on the 98-mile-per-hour offering.
That's interesting. Joey Bart looked frustrated because it was a non-competitive pitch right there for him. Like he took his hand off the bat, was watching it, but there's no way he was taking it a 0-1 count. I don't know if he had concerns about the pitch clock or thought it was getting close.
So he collects himself, digs back in. 2 hits today, 4 yesterday. It's been an exceptional series for the catcher.
Mentioned McCutchen. I was in spring training with him. His very first spring training. He must have been 18 years old back in 2006. A little kid, wide-eyed, and he's turned into a star.
He has. And by all accounts, just a wonderful human being. Great guy to have around here in Pittsburgh. You know who else pitched in that game? I was talking about his 5th game of his career that Peter Moylan pitched in. Of course, Jesse Chavez pitched in that game.
Of course
he did. That was way back at Turner Field. Harris sets up camp, battles the sun and grabs it. A 1-2-3 7th for De Los Santos. Nick Allen's going to lead off the 8th, but so far his defense in this series is the spotlight of our T-Mobile coverage cam.
Now, he's been excellent, doing great work. We talked about those couple of times that he has gone up in the air and taken line drives away, including the one this afternoon. He has been quick to get rid of the baseball, fielding it so cleanly. And when we asked Walt Weiss about it, he talked about his feet. Said he's got great feet, quick, first steps, everything that you absolutely need to do. So Nick Allen has been fantastic.
It'll be Allen in the top of the order, Verdugo and Riley here for the Atlanta Braves.
With the pink bat, and not all broken bats are created equal. This thing was shattered. He caught it off the end, and he was left just holding the baton.
Figueroa sprinted over there but couldn't get to it, so Allen is 2 for 3. And back to the top of the order, Alex Verdugo. Allen goes for second. Oh, they got him. Was looking for his 6th stolen base of the year, but Bart throws down, and that's the first out. See if the Braves want to challenge it.
Well, they know the numbers. They know that there have been some struggles for Joey Bart in throwing base runners out. Nick Allen has been excellent, and it's a pretty high leg kick, but you get a nice pitch to handle, which is an elevated fastball, and that throw was on the money.
No need to challenge it. The Braves will not.
Good example we were talking about right there, though, receiving the baseball just a little bit deeper. I think it makes a big difference.
Tanner Rainey, seen him this weekend. He's up and ready, but right now Baraki is doing the job for Pittsburgh.
Inning and 2/3 so far matches his longest outing of the season. It's probably caught the strike zone. Let's take a look here. Nah, that's close. I get why he might be upset about that one.
Now they're going to bring in the righty Rainey to face Riley. We'll return to Pittsburgh in a moment. details. Sun shining on a gorgeous Sunday. So we go to the 8th inning. See if the Braves can get the bats going, down 3-0. It is Hyundai Sunday with 2 down here in the 8th, and Tanner Rainey is coming on here to try to get Riley. Riley is 0 for 3. So Borucki did his job, and so far Rainey has a pitch that Riley sees. He singles to left.
Well, just the 3rd game of the season for Rainey. He did pitch in yesterday's ball game, 19 pitches, threw a shutout inning. Fastball slider is what you're going to get from this righty.
Well, Riley makes it a little more intriguing here in the top of the 8th with 2 outs, as now Matt Olson will get an opportunity. Olson had the homer yesterday. He's 0 for 2 with a walk today. Mentioned that story, though, that Mark Bowman had on Austin Riley and his relationship with his mother, Elisa. And the other thing I didn't share about that story that I found pretty comical is that back on April 21st, Austin against the Cardinals had that awkward slide into home. This one ripped down the line. It's fair. Riley's going to circle the bases. And he stops at 3rd. Olson into 2nd, 2 in scoring position as Atlanta tries to mount a rally.
What's Brian Reynolds doing there? I don't know if he was trying to deke somebody or what, but we're going to see this ball hit down the line. Maybe it bounced up and hit the net. He put both of his arms in the air as if to signal that the play should be dead. I'm not exactly sure why he was doing it. Did it hit the net? Oh, yeah, it actually went behind the wall.
I don't know if they officially called it a ground rule double. Regardless, runners at 2nd and 3rd here. Things getting interesting. Marcell Ozuna now in a big spot inside. But to just quickly put a bow on that note about Austin Riley, he face planted on a slide on April 21st against the Cardinals, and his mom, Elisa, stayed up late just so she could call him and tell him that was a terrible slide and you need to do a lot better. And I really relate to her. So good job, Elisa. Upstairs, 2-0. Yeah, she was going to go to bed early, then she saw this, and she waited up just to call and give him a little dig. Thanks, Mom.
Of course, and that prepares you for clubhouse life, right? You're going to catch a lot of that in a clubhouse, and so if Mom has kind of brought you up that way, a little sarcasm, a little bit of fun, we're going to poke fun at the people that we love, then you're going to be able to handle a big league clubhouse pretty easily.
Yeah, Austin said they've got a tremendous relationship. Well, look, the opportunities have been few and far between for Atlanta today. I know there's 2 outs. Big spot for Ozuna here.
It is a really big one for sure, and you'd love to see him come through. Over the last 10 or even 11, if you count today, there have been some struggles. This offense batting just 198, but we know Marcell, when he is right, he can do some damage, and we need it here.
They went after a slider out of the zone. 2 balls, 1 strike. Rainey the backstop here is a little unusual because it's made out of limestone, and so you can get some really unusual bounces, but that one unfortunately worked in the favor of the Pirates. 3-1. He walked him. Bases loaded, and young Drake Baldwin will be the hitter. Stuart Fairchild is going
you.